The fact that the Cape Fear Public Utility Authority was not present to make a statement and answer questions from the press is unacceptable. I'll be kind.
How about the EPA?
They've got a long road to travel, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they couldn't get permission from the Oval Office. But regardless, forget that. The fact that they have not communicated in the last week to their customers, you, the citizens, they have no public statement to make, and that's where our drinking water comes from.
That's absurd.
Something's wrong here.
What is QSEC's role?
There were a couple of board members. There are 10 members on that board. 2 from the city, elected officials, 2 from the county. Prevents a majority of either elected board to sit on another board. And 6 at-large appointees from the community. I'm not going to define their professions, but you can go online, and I think it's pretty clear who they represent in our community. I personally feel that every member on that board should voluntarily resign, and that the city and county should reappoint a balanced, fair, representative board of our entire community. Maybe bring someone in from public health, public safety, someone in from the river keepers arena. There are many interest groups in this community that should be representing you when it comes to your public health and safety, and I don't believe that's the case. And what they have not demonstrated in the last week brings me to that conclusion, plain and simple. They are all, individually, they're all good people. I respect each and every one of them. I know many of them, but collectively they have failed this community. And by not being here, they continue to fail and threaten your public health and safety. Second, maybe that was a second comment, but if you would like to sign your name, we'll try to stay in touch with you. We being the citizens. I think it's important that we stay in touch. We're not scattered. They treated us, I thought, disrespectfully today by not allowing public comment and public question. We're the beneficiaries of this crisis, and we're not allowed to participate. At what point? Do we have to go now to a city council, to a county commission meeting, and stand up for 15 minutes?
Tuesday the 20th.
If they don't cancel it for personal reasons.
There's a meeting on the 19th, this coming Monday, 4 to 6. County Commission the following Tuesday, I believe there's a city council meeting at 6 o'clock. The Cape Fear Public Utility Authority just met yesterday. They'll meet in another month. I think there is a special meeting tomorrow regarding this. Anybody have any information on that?
No, when they met yesterday, they hiked the rates for the water.
I think they've got a special meeting scheduled for tomorrow. I'm not certain, though.
I want to make a suggestion that we don't wait and we don't rely on others, that you or others set up a forum, a public forum, and set a date and a place, and we all come and listen to whoever is there, because I don't know that these people selected today are speaking on my behalf.
I have a question. I thought of while you were talking, Harper, is about not being allowed to ask questions in this forum. Why was the meeting secret? If there's nothing to hide, why was that meeting secret? And if they were worried about us mothers and children and school teachers being a problem for them, then why not live stream it so we could hear what was going on in there?
Just so you're aware, the citizens of Flint, obviously we know what happened in Flint, have been dealing with this for 3 years now, and they just had a meeting in Chicago. The EPA, the state officials, this and that, completely private. Residents were shut out. So it's not just you.
Yes, sir.
This is based on something Cam wrote
I know many of you.
This is based on something Camp wrote a couple of days ago. Can we now get the Department of Environmental Quality to put in place rules on the front side? We are sick and tired of companies coming to us and begging for forgiveness instead of asking for permission. We need to have rules in place that they cannot discharge until everything's been checked out and everything, instead of us being used as guinea pigs. And Kemp made that very good point the other day.
I'm from Camp Lejeune. I lived in Camp Lejeune from 81 to 85. I bathed in that tainted water. My health is great. 5 years from now, who knows? I don't want my kid, I want to know if I could bathe my kids in it. I'm making my 4-year-old scream and cry because I'm giving her a shower. 5 minutes in and out. What can I do? Can I get a well system and get rid of CP or whatever, Cape Fear Public Utilities? Can I get a complete private well system for my house and my house only?
Good question. I don't have the answer.
Oh, reverse osmosis, does that get rid of it? Apparently it does not, right?
I don't know.
They said no filtration devices.
I'm Kathy McFeeters, and I would like to know, if I heard this right, are we relying on the test results from Chemours, or are we getting our own independent tests? I couldn't hear, but what I thought I took away was that we were going to rely on them. That's wrong.
Sounded like you're doing it both. There was your own testing and Chemours.
Like I said, I couldn't hear, but I just wanted
Don't know, Kathy. Anybody have an answer to that? I was confused also. Yes, sir.
My question is who the elected officials are more concerned with, the profits of Chemours or the health of the citizens here? It just seems ass backwards that we're going to wait until we find out that these chemicals are harmful for us rather than be proactive and shut them down. If they're operating on an expired permit, why can't we kick them out of the state? It does not make any sense to me. As a member of the business community, I can say that I practice real estate for a living. I personally lost 3 deals in the last 48 hours from out-of-state buyers, and I'm sure I'm not alone. I've been getting calls all week from people complaining about their lack of showings. I'm like, it's going to decimate this community, and I want to know what we're actually doing to help the area.
There was a sign up that said, "What is Plan B?" What is Plan B?
What is Plan A?
There is no planet B. Was the sign.
Well, there's no Planet B. My interpretation, there's no Plan B. Yes, sir. Both good.
Hi there. My name is Cynthia Cook. I want to know if our local seafood industry is being tested. We're one of the biggest crab exporters on the East Coast. We actually pretty much supply all of Maryland with their Maryland blue crab, which is interesting because it comes from here. So I'd like to know what kind of testing is being done on the seafood, because that seems like something that should be promptly done. We get a lot of shrimp out of the river. We get a lot of crab out of the river, et cetera, and fish, certainly of all types. So that's a big question I have, what's happening there. Also, in response to the question about reverse osmosis, if you really research this chemical, don't look under Gen X, because you won't find anything. So that is a little, kind of common name that has been given. It's really, from what I understand from my research, it's a 6-carbon molecule that is exactly the same as the 8-carbon molecule that they used to use. This is replaced because it's supposed to be a little better. If you look up that chemical name, the 6-carbon molecule that this is, it says that reverse osmosis removes 90% of that molecule, Gen X then, as we know it. So that's what that says. It's a very in-depth, long scientific report. I found it researching, so perhaps if that helps you at all. Apparently it does, but I personally wouldn't feel safe with that answer myself.
No, I don't want 90% going.
Exactly.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
I just had a partial follow-up to your question in regards. My name's Evan. In partial regards to the health of seafood, not only is Gen X a problem in our river, but 100% of lakes, rivers, streams, all of our ocean bodies, they're all polluted with mercury in their fish tissues.
I know.
Yeah,
That
so
I
I just wanted
but
to bring that up as well.
Specifically, Gen X, what is that doing on top of the mercury that we know exists in large numbers, right? Thank you.
Kev, let me just get those people that haven't had a chance. I'll come back for second questions.
Just to follow up on the seafood question, I was just over at UNCW talking to Larry Cahoon, and he said that Gen X does not biodegrade, and it is very likely to remain in tissue and bioaccumulate over time. It's also very likely to remain in sediment over time. In fish or crabs or anything else, and so it does not break down apparently, according to Larry Cahoon. I think it's partially due to the lab equipment.
Harper, maybe you could talk to Sandy because he knows more, but Gen X is a compound that's regulated by OSHA when it appears in floor stripping. And Sandy, you would have more of the, so you can talk to him. He can give you the expert.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I believe that there's a study that shows that Gen X is harmful to rats, that it causes neurological damage, it causes cancer. I just don't know what reason do we have to believe that it's safe for us, you know?
And there's experts that say the effects in rats could be similar in humans. So.
Anyone over here?
Yeah, the follow-up on what Bob was saying, this is Sandy, that I got this online, that even though EPA doesn't regulate this chemical, OSHA does. OSHA protects its workers from this chemical. I got online and there was this 12-page safety precaution sheets that told the custodian or worker who was using this stripper for floors that if you come in contact with it on your body, to please wash it quickly because it blisters. And if you inhale it or ingest it, get to the doctor quickly, it can be fatal. And if it was followed, those 12 pages had a lot of chemical information a chemist would understand. I don't, but I do know that at the top it said Gen 2 and a product name that started with an M, and all this cautionary thing was regulated by OSHA to protect workers.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I have some questions.
Lynn?
Lynn Shoemaker with Women Organizing for Wilmington. I have 3 questions. Number one, I heard Woody White say that they were going to be putting a lot of information up on a website. Not everyone has the internet or knows how to use a website. Our economically disadvantaged citizens are still drinking this water. They don't know that it is contaminated. 2, who's going to provide them with drinking water? And they deserve that. And 3, I saw a quorum go in of both city council and county commissioners behind those closed doors where these gentlemen were standing to keep us out. And I would like to know, are those 2 elected bodies going to have open meetings about what they heard and learned in there, and to take the questions of the citizens who were left out of those meetings?
You should know, if nobody knows here, there actually was one journalist allowed in the meeting.
And he didn't speak.
Right.
He was left out of that agenda.
Over here, does it follow up to that, Sandy?
Yeah, it's about the reporter. Was the reporter gagged? Why wasn't he allowed to talk today? I thought comments from a reporter would have been neutral and informative.
Reporter here? No.
Can we get a candid report from that guy?
It's not really how poll reporting is supposed to work. Poll reporting is supposed to be a reporter goes into a closed meeting, comes out, shares his findings immediately with the crowd. In this case, he went back to Star News to write his story first, and local media, including myself, have been contacted and let to know when he's done writing his article for Star, we can then ask him follow-up questions. One of those follow-up questions will be, was there a quorum of the New Hanover County Commissioners? Was there a quorum of the City Council? Were they all in the room at the same time? Did they discuss policy? And if so, why, and why weren't we told?
To add on to that too, I spoke with, I called both the county and the company yesterday, and tried to get an answer on why press wasn't allowed in the room, and basically they each kind of blamed the other side, you know. So it's been fun. I've got transcriptions of that. It's all up on Encore's website.
My commissioner, George Brown, was here from Pender County, and I wrote him yesterday, and the first sentence that he wrote me back was, I've been very frustrated with our communication so far with the EPA. So I would like to know if the administrations from New Hanover County, Brunswick County, and Pender County have any confidence in Trump's EPA administration right now. That would be great to know. And when will they put people over profit?